Hello again to all my friends. How are ya? So good to see you. And I'm glad you can see me now. I had to punch another button for some reason. It wouldn't be a Planet Bob without uh, any kind of technical difficulty. So everything is kind of working. I think I want to make sure that you can actually hear me. Good to see you. Look at all these great people here. We've got 52 people here so far, 52 to 55, somewhere in there. So, hi. Yes, it's been a while. It has been a while. It's been more than a minute, as they say. And just kind of busy. I mean, not just kind of busy, but really busy doing conventions. And over the last 2 weeks or so, I have been working on a television show, a television pilot, which I cannot discuss. It's one of those things you can't talk about it. But it has a lot of potential. I think I really do. I think it has a great deal of potential, and I'm very much solidly behind it. So good to see you, everybody. Everybody. Let's see here. What? We got everyone saying hello. Hi, Maddie. How are you? Good to see you. Oh, that type is a little bit small, isn't it? Yes, it is. Just a bit. We'll figure this out. We'll figure it out sooner or later. So, and then there's Kevin who says, "Hello, Bob West, sir. Hi." No, sir, necessary, really, but I appreciate the the honorarium, as it were. See who else is here. We got lots of folks here. Lots of good folks. We got, let's see. We have, and I know a lot of people have been talking about birthdays and stuff. And happy birthday to everyone who's been having one of those things. I really am so far behind. I see that. Oh, look, it's hey, Allie, nice to see you. So excited because your birthday is tomorrow. Woohoo! Gonna turn 25 years old. That's excellent. Also, if Barney's here, can I get a happy birthday wish from the Purple Dino himself? As a matter of fact, I think so. What's your wish? Hi there. Hello, Allie and everyone. It's so good to see you. Oh, my friends are just absolutely stupendous. Okay, so what would your birthday wish be? For me, I would say my birthday wish for you is that you can always use your imagination. Yes, absolutely. And that you can make your dreams come true. Okay? Oh, I hope that works out for you. I really do. Report back to us, please. Okay, I'm gonna step aside for a bit because this guy's got some talking to do. Okay, I'll be back. Bye. Yes, isn't it great? I love it. Love to see all you folks here. This is awesome. And yeah, again, so sorry it's been a while since I dropped in into the streaming zone. But what can you do? Yeah, gosh, the conventions have just been amazing. I mean, and a lot of them. And I have to give a shout out to my wonderful agents at CelebWorks, who have been working so hard to get me to lots of conventions. And I'm going to have another very exciting announcement coming very soon when it comes to conventions. People have been requesting me at various conventions, and I have at least one that I will be able to say, yes, I will be coming to that one. And in the next few months. And so thank you to, again, to Neri and Chris Chris with a CH and Chris with a K, and to let's see who else. Oh, lots of folks. Ashley and to Gary, and to Sam, and to everybody who works on all the logistics and everything at CelebWorks. They do an amazing job. They have a lot of clients, and they have to. It's like herding cats. they have to they have to not only find us conventions who would like to invite us, but also they have to deal with all the logistics of the travel, the flights and cars and transportation on the ground and stuff. It's so great. I'm really appreciative of all the hard work that they do, and thank you to CelebWorks. And I will talk to you about them in the future at some point as well. So let's see what else we got. We got some stars coming in from folks. Thank you to Grace Turk for 530 stars. Thank you, Grace. Neftali is sending 20. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, yes. Let's see what else we can see. What else we got here? We got some questions or some do you remembers? Yes. Jeff Marks is talking about Chuck E. Cheese here, and I have to say, and I'm going to add this here. And Jeff says, "Hi there, Bob West. Remember when you did CEC show tapes with Scott Wilson, Carlisa McKinney, and Duncan Brannon?" And I have to say, yes, I do. And we had a great time. We really did. Although the years escape me because it's been a long time, and lots of stuff to remember. But yeah, we had such a great time doing the Chuck E. Cheese stuff. And we've got more than one Jeff Marks here. Yes, Jeff J. Marks. And I'm doing good. Let's see. Oh, Jeff, that's probably the same Jeff. He's just on both platforms. Is that it? You're just trying to fool me, aren't you? Yes, a shout out to me because I do remember working with Scott and Carlisa and with Duncan as well. Yes. Yes. So yeah, we've got all sorts of good folk here. And I'm going to talk about, let's see. Mark Terrett. Hey, Mark Terrett, how are you? Mark Terrett says, "Happy Waffle Day. May good things flow like syrup." Yes, good tidings flow like syrup. It's not. I don't think it's Waffle Day today. Waffle Day is a different type. But this is I am technically a day late for National Waffle Week, which was last week and ended, I believe, on Saturday, which would be yesterday. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, all you crazy waffle folks, waffle cult peoples, for being part of our magical cult. And I also, of course, have to point out the origin of said waffle cult, and that is, of course, this sign: "World's Best Waffles." It's a magical sign that I created through my graphic design magic, for the television show Speechless. And there was this wonderful magical little diner, for those of you who do not know the backstory, that the family went to, and they found that, yes, this little diner actually did have the world's best waffles, and they agreed. And this is one of those very few things that I take home from a show that I work on. I could not resist taking this one home, though. And this is the world's best waffle signs. And as people started talking about waffles, I said, yes, this is apparently a waffle cult. And that's where that came from. I dubbed thee a waffle cult. I just want to say I appreciate all of you who are so very much into waffles. I think oh, hello. Hi, folks. How you doing? Well, they're back, but they're really large. They want to say Happy Waffle Week to everybody. Look out! Look out! Yay! And as usual, there's one more. Yeah, there's always one more. So happy Waffle Week, a day late. And I hope everybody is enjoying some waffles this evening. That would be nice. Or this morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. What I want to know in the chat, what are your favorite kinds of waffles? What is your most favorite test kind of waffle? I know people like Belgian waffles, or people like, I personally, I'm into, good old fashioned kind of buttermilk kind of waffles with with lots of butter and some good old maple syrup. And, I have this thing for Mrs. Butterworth. She knows. I've told her. And Mrs. Butterworth's syrup, because it's all buttery and stuff. And, I'm sure that there's a lot of artificial stuff in there that makes it feel, taste buttery. But I can't resist her. She's so buttery. So, what is your favorite kind of waffle? Oh, Hannah says, based on location, Waffle House waffle. Cool. Yes. And Waffle House. I don't know if it's been a long time since I've been to a Waffle House. I've been to a Waffle House, but it's been a very long time. And I hope their waffles are still as good as they used to be. And Nick says, I like plain. I kind of like the same way. Kind of like the same way. Yes, plain. And then here we go. Jeremy says, Eggo waffles, buttermilk, and homestyle. Yes, I do prefer the buttermilk over the homestyle. I have to say, I find that the buttermilk have a little bit more flavor in them. They're more interesting. And when I'm toasting waffles, as I did just like yesterday morning, they're pretty much Eggo waffles. So Eggo, if you want to sponsor me, huh? Huh? Here I am. And Trevor says, I eat frozen waffles sometimes. Well, I hope you toast them first. And he said, I hope you toast them first. Get it? Frozen waffles. All right. Sorry. I couldn't resist. And yes, here's Grace Turk, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the stars. And Grace says, I wore my Waffle Cult shirt when I saw Bob in Chicago. Yes, I can confirm. I was so happy to see one of my Waffle Cult shirts in the wild there in Chicago at the convention. That was great. Thank you for wearing it. I appreciate it. I do. So let's see what else we got. We got. Let's see what we have here. Different kinds of waffles. Brown waffle. There's a degree of toastiness involved in this one. Brown waffle. Ryan knows where the waffle emoji is. That's good. Extra points for that. Yes. And James says, I like the regular waffles. That's good. Good old fashioned regular waffles. And Ryan Rivera says, hi, Ryan. Ryan says, hi again. Says buttermilk waffles that are brown, right? That are toasted just a little bit, right? Right on. I like it. And Duncan would say, oh, I'm not sure if blueberry waffles count. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So else would we hear? What else do we have here? Oh my goodness, look at this. We've got more people giving stars. Thank you so much for your support. We've got, in addition to the above mentioned, we've also got Joseph Milsark sending 100 stars. Thank you very much. We've got Daniel Bessels. Hey Daniel, how are you? Sending 400 stars. We appreciate you. We really do. Thank you so much. I love it. And we've got Daniel again sending 300. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're so awesome. You are so awesome. Let's see what else. And Liliana says, hi Liliana, how are you? Says, I use Mrs. Butterworth. Yay! It's good. Good stuff. Very, very buttery. Let's see here. This is interesting. Jeff Mark says, I like homemade waffles with caramel syrup and chocolate chips. That's interesting. That's almost like an ice cream sundae, isn't it? Clarissa says, hi, Clarissa, how are you? Says, I love a bit of peanut butter on top of my waffles. I like that. That sounds good to me. I like peanut butter a lot. I really do. I was going to say Peter Pan, peanut butter. And there's another sponsorship. Hi, Peter Pan. How you doing? Also, and Grace says, Eggo waffles with butter and maple syrup. This is good. Nice. Yes. And then we've also got, here's a good point. Cold Summer says, PSA, use pure maple syrup on your waffles, not pancake syrup, because pancake syrup is loaded with high fructose corn syrup. Yes. As with anything else that has sugar in it, whether it is natural or not, you should not use a lot of sugary stuff. And high fructose corn syrup is known to be a little more hazardous than just regular sugar that's found kind of, more naturally. So yeah. Let's see what else. And Michael Tate says, great to see you, Bob. Long time. I like the Eggo waffles. Yay! Hey, Michael. Nice to see you. Yes, it has been a while. It has. The Genie says my favorite kind of waffles are chocolate chip. That's a long name. Look at all that. There's kind of some sort of a promotional thing happening here. A fan or a producer? I don't know. A producer? Who knows? I don't know this person. But yeah, that looks like fun. Let's see what else. Daniel Bessel says, "Glad to see you back, Bob. Hope to see you at a show soon." I do too. I love to see you there. It's always fun to see you and get another picture with you. It's awesome. So yeah. And Martin is a fan of the rim shot. There it is, right there. Comes in handy, especially on this stream, right? Right. All right. And then also, over on YouTube, Dan just sent in a super chat as I can I believe that is. So yeah, super chat for $20. Thank you. Very nice. And you help keep me going here. I appreciate it. Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Let's see what we got here. We got, Tim says, like chicken and waffles. Yes. It's a great combination. There's some very famous places that have chicken and waffles, like Roscoe's here in Los Angeles. Very famous for their chicken and waffles. And I think there were a couple of different locations for Roscoe's, but one of them closed. And so now I think there's might be only one left. So, but anyway, let's see. And Sean Horace asks, mini waffles or regular sized waffles? I personally like the regular size. The mini ones are just, you have to chase them around the plate too much. And Joey says, "I'm here. Hi, Joey. How are you, man? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Always good to have you here." Joey's one of our oldest friends here online, one of our oldest parasocial friends, as they say, here online. But I've actually met Joey in person, and it's so great to see you as always. Thank you, and yes, thank you, Dan. Do appreciate you for that. It was only $19.99 super chat. I see that last penny. Boy, I thought it was $20. That's terrible, isn't it? Anyway, there you go. There's a rim shot for that. Thank you, Dan. I do appreciate you. Let's see. James Field says, "Do you know what day it is? It's Brian Epps' birthday." Really? I didn't know that. Well, happy birthday, Brian Epps. Brian Epps, one of our very originals from Barney and the Backyard Gang days, and the old tapes when Barney was a big blue dog, as we say. and yeah, let's see what else we got. More comments about. I think a few comments here about waffles, but I think we're pretty much out on the poll, the waffle poll. And there, so hey Tim, how are you? Tim says, "Did you try waffle cereal?" I did. I never heard of that. Waffle cereal. That's interesting. Interesting. I've never heard of that. If it comes around my way, I may need to check it out. And hello, Gabe. How are you? Saw me at Raleigh and love Eggo waffles. Nice to see you virtually. Nice to see your typing on the screen. It's more fun to see you in person, but the typing I'll have to settle for that for now. I guess. Let's see. And again, we're scrolling after searching. I have to talk to those folks at Ecamm Live. I love my software, Ecamm Live. I have to say, I don't use OBS. I use Ecamm Live, which is especially for the Mac. And they're constantly improving it and making it wonderful. And if there are errors, they're generally, he said, yes, I've been known to speak for a living. They are generally not with the Ecamm software. I do appreciate that fantastic company for putting this out and making it easy for me to say hello to you live. Let's see. Aiden says, I like purple, blue, and green syrup on your waffle. That's interesting. What's the green syrup made of? Never heard of that. That's interesting. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? And, and Ryan really does love National Waffle Day. Waffle, 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 waffle. That's like Pac-Man, isn't it? Waffle, 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 waffle. We need Mrs. Waffle Man. What else? What else? And Kyle Keller says, I saw Rob Paulson in an Animaniacs concert along with Maurice LaMarche last year. Yes, they have this awesome show that they do live, which is amazing. I feel bad for Rob. There was a scheduling conflict for his last appearance, last concert that they were going to do, and I think it was the same one with Maurice. And so he wasn't able to make that, but they have rescheduled. So if you had tickets for that, check it out, and your tickets will still be good. So love Rob. He's a great guy, and always love to see him at the shows because we crack each other up. He's really great. He's really awesome. See what else we got. Yes, Tyler says Pac-Man was great. He was great. Waffle, 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 waffle. Waffle, 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 waffle. Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. Zeke says, Pac-Man likes waffles. Confirmed. So it was just a rumor up to this point, I guess. I guess it was. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's see. What else? We got a really nice comment here from Nick. Hey, Nick, how are you? Nick and says, hi, Bob, you and Barney have been my idol since I was 3 years old and graduating from school this year and a bit nervous about it. Can you ask Barney what I should do? Well, that's a little bit general of a question. You know, what you should do is be confident in your abilities and enjoy your life and your work as much as you can. Find something to do that you love. And then you're going to be really rewarded, and you'll feel satisfied, right? And you know, if you're in your off time, that's a good time to use your imagination, right? And you can make things, and you can you can imagine things that little projects that you can do, or maybe make art if you like to make art, or make music, or you could travel about in your imagination, or you can travel about in the real world, right? And is there dirt on my nose? Is that dirt? No, my nose is dirty. I should have washed my face better before I came online. Oh no, I'm so embarrassed. That's okay, Barney. We still love you. Do you really? I do. I think we all do. Do you? Do you all love me? Yes. You know what? Could I have a great big group hug? Yes? Okay, an affirmation for me. You know, I'm a little bit needy today because of my dirty nose. So here we go. Great big group hug. Incoming. Here we go. Oh, my goodness gracious. You are all still the best huggers. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to go see if I can find a washcloth and get this off my face. Okay. All right. Okay, bye. Yep. Silly. Trevor says, dirty or not, I still love you. That's nice. His nose is a little bit dirty. That's the thing about these plushies. For some reason, that there's this one spot on the nose. If you put them down on a table or wherever, it's exactly where the plushie rests. It's like right on the upper lip, right there. For some reason, that's the thing. That's where it is. Getting doity. So yeah, the other thing we're going to talk about is Amelia, aka Emmy, who has been a member of the Planet Bob Mod Squad, a moderator, has been one of my fabulous admins and moderators on my Facebook page for quite some time, more than 2 years, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody in the chat. I think it would be great if you could say thank you, Emmy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Emmy, for all your hard work. Because without you, I wouldn't be seeing these marvelous notices on my other screen over here, pointing out great questions for me to answer, questions and comments. Thank you so much for that. You and Mark have been amazing. You've been with me for all that time, and I really appreciate you. So Emmy is managing her time and shifting around, and she's going to move on to other projects and that sort of thing. And I really, really appreciate you. Yes, there's the thank yous. There they come. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Oh, look, Emmy says. Oh, God. Good thing I have tissues handy. Oh, that's. Let me take that. Take that. Yes. We're going to see if we can take this off here. There we go. There we go. And get rid of that. Yeah, I'm glad you have tissues handy too. Because you don't want to, don't want to drip all over your keyboard or anything, because that could be a problem. Seriously though, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Paul says, enjoy retirement. And Maddie says, yes, happy retirement, Emmy. And then we've got a thank you from Amy. And we've got another thank you from Jeremy. And we've got another thank you from Nick. And we've got one from Jeff. And from Benjamin. And from Michael Tate. And Brian. And Maddie says, we all love you, Emmy. We do. We do, we do, we do. Grace says, thank you for everything, Emmy. Thank you so much. I should have some really stirring music here. but I thought it'd be a little bit too much. I could have violins or something. And then everybody would really be crying. I know I'm like a little choked up myself, because Emmy has done great things for me. And I really do sincerely appreciate all of her hard work. And she's had to put up with some tough things. And, I really admire her patience with everybody. I really, really do. And but she is going on to bigger and better things, and we appreciate her. I think we're going to still see her around, though. But this is the last time she'll be able to do the modding for the live stream, for sure. So yes, and again, Grace says, thank you for everything, Emmy. Yep. And then there's Zeke. And then there's Clarissa. And James. And Tim. And there's Haley. And there is Mr. Fulton Mraz. And Cool Swartz. And Ryan. And Clarissa. And Anthony. And Benjamin. And Kyle. And it goes on and on and on. Fidelis. And yes, Emmy is doing just fine. Amelia's doing good. She just has to move on to something else. So Tim, you don't really need to worry about her. She's fantastic. Tyler is saying thank you, Emmy. Michael's saying we love you, Emmy. Yes. Cold Summer says thank you, Emmy. Desiree says, where is she? She's there in the chat. I think she's sobbing into her Kleenex right now. So we have to give her a moment. We have to give her a bit of a moment. There's Michelle saying, thanks, Emmy. There you go. There's Duncan. Hi, Duncan. And there we go. So we've got lots and lots of folks. And thank you so much. And we got Zizi saying thanks. And Amelia saying, thank you so much. Yay! Lots and lots of thank yous. And Trevor says, happy retirement, Emmy. Good luck moving forward. Yay! Nick says, we'll miss you, Emmy. Yes, indeed. Joseph says, thank you, Emmy. We love you so much. Need to sing I love you as a way to thank her? I think that may be a good idea. We'll miss you, says Tyler. And Aiden says, thank you, Emmy. There's one from Martin, one from Hannah. There's one from Gabe. Yes. More from Ryan. We can go on and on and on and on and on and on. He says, yeah, play some Ursats, Sarah McLachlan or something. And we'll try to get people to donate to a charity. It's the Emmy charity. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much, as I said before, and we will see you around. I am thankful for you, and I'm hoping we will continue to see you in the chat from time to time. So yeah, that is that. I don't know. Hang on one second. Let me look something up here. I got some interesting things here. There. We have this question. Did you get my super chat? I wasn't able to donate much at this time. I'm not seeing a notice of it, although it may be there. If you did send it, if it was received, thank you so much. I haven't gotten a notification about it. It hasn't popped up on my screen. For some reason, super chats usually pop up on my screen, but I'm not seeing them today, so we'll have to look into that. But yeah, thank you so much for whatever you gave. Anything you can send my way helps to keep this live stream going, and to show that that you're actually interested in keeping me around, which is nice. I appreciate that. I do. And Emmy says, thank you, everyone. You are most welcome. Thank you. So, what else? Yeah, Trevor says, I'm sure it was a tough decision for Emmy. Yeah, and Emmy says, trust me, it was. We talked about it, and she, you know what they say, if you love something or you love somebody, let them go, set them free, and hey, you need to do what you need to do, and I appreciate you for that. I would be very selfish if I said, no, you have to stay. Not that it would matter, because you're probably going to leave anyway, because you really need to, right? Right. And you are your own person. You are definitely your own person. Emmy definitely is. Emmy's super talented. I don't know if you folks know that Emmy is a writer of various things, including poetry, which is really quite good, her poetry. So if you want to, Emmy, if you want to post, links to poetry and stuff on my page, just feel free to do that, and I will, I'll make sure that everybody sees that link, because I want people to know what a great talent you are. Let's see. There's a question. Hey, Emmeline, how are you? Steve is, you know who Steve is, the Blues Clues guy, yeah, is releasing a new podcast. Are you going to be in his podcast as a guest? Well, Steve has not invited me, but I would dearly love to do that. That would be fun. I think Steve is an amazing person, and tremendous, is a tremendous educator, and he is, just this, this wonderful, genuine person who loves to listen. As you may know, if you have ever seen his TikToks, I just love the whole concept of him coming on this TikTok and saying, "Hey, how you doing? So what's up?" And then he listens to you, and then at the end he says, "Okay, well, it's good to see you, and you look great, by the way." That's very Steve. He's awesome. So yeah. And here's a really interesting question. Chloe says, "Any tips for 10th grade?" Well, that's a really big question, and I don't know your particular situation, but all I can say is, don't take yourself too seriously. Have fun. Be open to making new friends. Always a big thing. Be open to making new friends. Uh, don't worry about people who give you a hard time. They're going through something and it's not you, it's them. But be kind to them because, they're going through something. So when they go through that thing and they're finished with it, if you were kind to them while they were having a hard time and giving you a hard time, on the other end of things, they could become a good friend. You never know. So the other thing is keep using your imagination. you know, the big purple guy and the little purple guy would both say the same thing. Keep using your imagination. Don't sweat the little things. Work hard on your studies and such, but don't give yourself a tough time. So uh, so uh, so Pat says, "Hey Bob, I'm sorry I missed you coming back to Chicago or anywhere else close to Illinois. I am not booked anywhere close for a convention. Mm, I have something that's a couple of states away from Illinois. Uh, I've got a couple of things that are in the kind of in the northeast quadrant of the United States coming up in the next few months. So do stay tuned. I always will announce as soon as I can. I've got a couple of new things to announce in probably the next couple of weeks. I've mentioned this before. As people, as promoters of the conventions announce their guests, then their guests are allowed to start announcing. But until they mention me in a post like on social media and announce that I'm going to be at their convention, I'm not allowed to specifically mention that I'm coming to their show. So I have to wait for them. There's a couple of them that I'm just like champing at the bit because there's a couple of them that are pretty big shows and really exciting opportunities. And again, thank you Celebworks for getting me in the door there. And so keep your dial tuned to yes, that Bob West, and I will be announcing more conventions as soon. And here's an interesting question. I believe Steve is a reincarnation of Mr. Rogers. In some ways, I would say yes, but in some other ways, Steve is a very different person. I would say that um, Fred Rogers. I've always thought that Fred Rogers should have been made a saint. I mean, he's a saint anyway. He was a saint, a saintly person. Not that Steve isn't a saint. I'm not saying that. But yeah, we're all very different people. It's so funny too that there's a lot of people who think they know me because they have watched Barney for a long time. But I'm a very different person from Barney, as you may have figured out from watching this stream. Very, very different. But yeah, it's always fun to be able to surprise people in good ways about aspects of your personality that they don't know about. But I'm going to be exploring, as I mentioned before. I mentioned this to Tyler in a reply to one of his posts on one of his comments on a post on my page, and that is I'm looking at creating one or two new podcasts to cover different kinds of subjects. Um, the concepts, let me know if you're interested in these sorts of things. First of all, one of them would be an interview podcast, and I would be talking to folks. I'm not going to be real specific about it, but I would be interviewing folks. And the second concept would be something that's a lot more serious and is not necessarily about anything that I do in the entertainment industry or anything like that, because we're at a point in time where I think talking about serious stuff is really important. And I don't want to talk about serious stuff on this live stream because I want to keep this light. So stay tuned and cross your fingers for me and send me good vibes, energy vibes, and time management vibes especially, because I'd really like to be able to start doing that. Um, right now, I'm so busy though with the conventions that uh, I'm having a hard time doing anything in between. They've got me going so many to so many. Sometimes I only have one day back in Los Angeles before I have to fly to the next convention, and that's basically laundry day. you know, you get back, you do laundry, you make sure that everything is straight in your suitcases, and then you take off for another city. But and it's tiring, but it is a definitely a good tired because I get to see so many people who come to the shows and have all these amazing experiences with you, talking about your experiences when you were a kid, and talking about what Barney meant to you, and it's moving and it's touching and it's just invigorating and energizing. And then of course, I get to hang out with the amazing people who are other guests and some vendors as well. And lots of amazing creative people, lots of good people who are just fun to be around because, voice actors tend to be fun. It's one of those things where you're required to be fun if you're a voice actor. Not really required to be, but it helps. It actually helps your career. So on the other hand, it helps you in any career pretty much to be fun. I guess unless you're an undertaker. No, maybe so. Maybe that too. But it's good to be fun. Good to be fun. So yeah. So we've got Tim saying those podcasts sound awesome. Yes, that sounds good. Thank you. That's nice to hear. And let's see. What else? What else? And we've got lots of highs and stuff. And hello, hello, hello. Yes, we've got lots of. Oops, was there a jinx there? Oops, I forgot to scroll. Now that I've scrolled, I see lots of little comments here. Let me take a look at what we've got here. Here we have a comment from Tim. Hey, Tim. School was always tough for me because I'm on the autism spectrum. My 10th grade science teacher got me involved with stage crew. Also being in Boy Scouts helped. I earned Eagle in 2006. That is flat out amazing. Anybody who can earn the Eagle Scout badge is doing great things. I mean, that takes so much dedication and hard work, and I congratulate you. That definitely calls for applause. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's tough for folks on the spectrum. I wish it weren't as tough as it is sometimes. I know some places, some schools are a little tougher than others. Every environment is different, and you just gotta roll with it. And eventually, when people get to know you, I think the acceptance thing has really gone up over the last couple of decades, and I've seen so many great stories about folks on the spectrum who have been just welcomed with open arms, and and you're just another person. You're just one of the folks at the school, just a regular student. Because just because our brains work on a different frequency or in a different way, that doesn't mean we're not good people and not fun people. You know what I mean? I know you do. So yeah, I appreciate you, and that is really great to hear that you made Eagle Scout. I know that's pretty rare as far as I know. And we've got Benjamin saying, "I'm autistic. I can relate to that." Lots of, Barney has a very special connection with folks on the spectrum, and it has something to do, I'm sure, with the fact that Barney connects with kids when they're so young, and then you're really in tune with this character when you're really young, and he makes an impression. And I'm so glad that Barney can still be here for you after all these years. I really am. It's really amazing. I just, I'm honored to when I hear everybody talk about what Barney meant to them. I really am. I'm not gonna expound on that, but it's pretty amazing. Um, I don't know. It's like I'm really behind here. Amelia says I wouldn't compare it to that. I'm not sure what that is now. Moderating for a voice actor is a whole different beast than being the iconic voice of a children's character for 10 plus years as a paid career, but I'm flattered by the analogy. What was that analogy? I don't know. See, I'm not scrolling properly here. Let's see here. I'm going to ask this question. Oh, here we go. Kyle says, "Did you ever get a chance to meet Jim Henson?" No, I did not. Very, very sad that I did not get to meet him. Um, I would love to have. I do. I have worked off and on with folks he has directly trained and worked with. I have worked with Muppet performers. I did the Muppets on ABC, and I did the Muppets Mayhem, both as a graphic designer. And so great to be able to meet Muppet performers, and we have Muppet type persons in the chat from time to time, and they say hello. We've got if you're here, Muppet type persons, throw up your hand. Um, don't throw up. Throw up your put your hand up. Please don't throw up. But yeah, I mean there's there's various types. I think we have Mark Terrett here still. Do we have him? I believe. Let's see. Brandon was here and all kinds of folks. Sebastiano. Do we have Sebastiano here? No. Oh, you never know. But yeah, it's great to get to know these folks, and because Muppet performers are some of the best people, just so much fun, and so nice, and so creative all at the same time, and that's the kind of person I like to meet. So yeah, let's see what else. What else can we? Other kinds of trouble can we get in here? Yeah, I don't. I think Mark may have taken off. Mr. Terrett may have gone. Even though we're talking about him. See, we're talking about him while he's not here. Yeah. Let's dish the dirt on Mark Terrett while he's not here. Let's spill the Terrett tea. Okay, not really. Not really. Okay, let's see. We've got... Oh, boy, we've got so many comments. Let me see. I'm going to look for... Oh, here's a great question. How do you feel about the Sesame Street episode library coming to YouTube in 2026? I feel pretty darn good. I have to say, there are going to be a lot of Sesame Street episodes on YouTube, and I think it's a fantastic thing. I really do, because some of the older ones, especially, they're pretty much bought and paid for in terms of the budgets and everything. And, they aren't brand new episodes, but there are going to be a lot of episodes that are new to someone out there who's never seen them before. And most of their episodes are just absolutely timeless. They've always been designed, written and created to be timeless and not to be faddy and to seem dated or anything like that. And so you've got all these great episodes that you can go back and watch, and it'll feel just like, like they just made it, and they just made it for you. I love Sesame Street so much. It's, we can talk about it as an institution, and but we also have to talk about it as this incredible creative powerhouse, consistent creative quality and production quality over decades now. And so yeah, I mean, who isn't a fan of Sesame Street? And so Zeke says, I wish there was a way to watch older Sesame Street episodes, and that is exactly what we're talking about right now. In 2026, the library of maybe not all of the older episodes, but a lot of Sesame Street episodes will be on YouTube in 2026. So look forward to that. and I know I am, and I'm sure I'll go and look through some of them. Some of them, there are, there's so many. They've been making so many forever. It was so great. Let's see what else. What else are we talking about here? We got we got all kinds of people here. Oh, and hello. Hey. Oh, we got Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Nice to see you. We don't see you here all the time, so it's nice to always nice to see you here. It's a special moment when Jenny is here. Was talking to Lucas about seeing commercials for Sesame Street. Yes, on YouTube. Yes, very exciting. So let's see. I'm looking. Uh, yeah, and Cold Summer says the first seasons of Sesame Street from the 70s are so different from the more modern ones. It just feels more different than anything made today. Yeah, yeah. It was so it's always had this kind of familiarity to it, like these people, and this neighborhood that they live in. It's like it's totally relatable, and that's one of the really great things about it is that even though there are Muppets, there are puppets in it. It's like all of the characters are people we all know an Oscar the Grouch, right? we all do. We do. But yeah, it's so it's so great. It's amazing. Um, what else we got here? I'm gonna look. I'm searching. Uh, I'm searching. I'm searching. Let's see. It takes some time. Let's see. WWQ. WQED. Oh, here's Joseph says, "Do you have the pictures from when you toured WQED back in the day?" No. I mean, that was when I was a little kid. And at the time, we didn't just have a camera phone in our pockets. And so, when we went someplace like that, if we had a camera with us, it would probably have been a little Brownie camera, a little Brownie film camera. And we had a Brownie in our house, so we did take some pictures. But people just didn't make nearly as many images as they do now. I mean, it's just like billions of times more images than ever before. Back when we just had film. So yeah, there are no pictures from that. I have a very vivid memory of it in my head because it really burned into my brain. I mean, think about it. You're a kid. I was probably, I don't know, how old was I? 8 or 9 or something? My brother might know. I believe he was there with us. But imagine being a kid and walking into a television studio. You're not too young to understand what all this is, but and you're old enough to know how impressive it is and how how technical it is, and that this is a television show that you have watched, and you're actually in the place where they make it, and talk about lucky. My parents, they loved taking us to different places, and I think I talked about this not too long ago, to the Hershey factory in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They're making chocolate. We went to the Fisher Auto Body plant in Pennsylvania, which creates parts for automobiles. Um, but on this one occasion, we went to to WQED in Pittsburgh, which is where Mister Rogers' Neighborhood was shot. And he wasn't there, unfortunately. It would have been great to meet him, but they were raising money for WQED, and that's one of the things that they did. And they gave tours to the public, and that was so great. I mean, it really impressed me, and I felt like, I can't really say that I felt like it felt like something that I could do at the time. Although, I always kind of, for a long time thought it would be fun to do radio or television or something like that. But I think that may have, just going someplace like that kind of breaks a wall, breaks a glass wall for you. And it's like, oh, I'm here and there's oxygen to breathe on this planet. It's a different world, but I'm actually here. Hey, this is very cool. It's a kind of just as representation is important. Being able to experience something firsthand is also a kind of a really important thing for kids in opening up their horizons and the possibilities in their brains. So yeah, that was very cool. Boy, I just did 10 minutes on that, didn't I? Yeah, no pictures, but boy, was it exciting. Let's see. What else we got? Yes. I'm going to look for this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jiggly Saint says, I always appreciate when a children's program puts a lot of effort into their world building. Yes. I think that's important. And, if you think about any of the shows that have been really popular or iconic over the years, they've done a really good job of creating a world around their characters. And the folks who produced Barney definitely did that. We had folks who would come in every once in a while. We'd have adults. Here's Mr. Delivery Man or Mr. Ten again, or we had all kinds of people who would come in. A parent of an actor parent, of course, of one of our characters, our kid characters on the show, and building that out and kind of building a world around just the playground is pretty awesome. But yeah, it's a really smart and important thing to do. There's another thing I'm going to look for. Dun, dun, dun. Here's a great question. Did you ever take vacations to the Jersey Shore back when you lived in Pennsylvania? And I have to say, no, we did not. New Jersey was kind of a foreign country to us, on the other end of Pennsylvania. we did go to a particular lake called Lake Shawnee. And that was the thing in Western Pennsylvania was you would go, it was like, I think in like upstate New York, you would have a place that you would go to where there was this really nice little lake and there would be a camp around it. I went to, speaking of camps, I went to Camp T. Frank Souls, which was a YMCA camp, summer camp. I went there 2 different summers. My brother and I did. And that was a great experience. There's this, beautiful lake and, wonderful kind of lodge and all these little cabins and stuff, and had a great time doing that. And those are always fun. But yeah, we did Lake Shawnee, which was really fun. I remember that my dad had an Army surplus squad tent that we took. This big old kind of wool thing from the World War II era, and it was big and heavy and tough to set up, but we got it set up, and I remember when it would rain on the tent, and this is when you learn not to touch the tent, because if you touch the tent when it's raining, the water will start coming through and dripping. It's an interesting thing. But anyway, so yeah, we did not go to the Jersey Shore. I have never been to the Jersey Shore. So yeah, we've talked about this before. We have when you go to someone's live stream or to their page or something like that, it's not considered polite to promote your own events, or events that they might not be events that you are personally in charge of. But yeah, it's kind of a thing that across all of social media and bulletin boards and such too. If you do have a particular convention that you would like me to go to, it's a good idea to ask the folks at the convention, in other words, the promoter, if they would invite me as a guest, and that's the way to, for me to appear as a guest at a show that's near you. So yeah, it's fun to go to the cons, like I said. So if you can make your appearance request of the promoters, then that would be groovy. I appreciate it. That really does help get me to shows. Um, what we got here? We've got all kinds of. It's got some interesting names here. And I'm going to say, oh, here we got an interesting. Hey, K Eyeball. Interesting. I'm a child actor, and you are my inspiration. Why, thank you. I appreciate you. It's nice. Excuse me. It's nice to meet you, Mr. or Ms. Eyeball. I don't know if that's your last name. That's a great handle, though. I love that. That's very memorable. Let's see what else we got here. And yes, someone had asked. Kenneth had asked, how are you doing? Are you staying busy? I can tell you were not here for the beginning of the stream or the middle of it because, boy, I've been talking about that. Yeah, I've been very busy. I've been doing a lot of pop culture conventions, and over the last couple of weeks, I've been doing graphic design for a television pilot, and lots of fun. Lots of fun. Lots of hard work. Very tiring at times, but this weekend, boy, did I sleep. I mean, Friday night and last night, I just slept. Like Friday night, I think I slept 9 hours. Last night, I slept 10, I think. Definitely have to keep getting more sleep. So anyway, so I think it's about time for me to move on. It is 7:10 p.m. and I have been talking a lot, and my voice is starting to get a little bit rough. So I think that's my cue to say so long to everyone. I want to definitely want to say a very big thank you once again to Amelia Leonetti, our fantastic moderator, one of our fantastic moderators. And Amelia has been with us forever, almost. And I have to say thanks, Emmy. I really appreciate you. And so, yes, this is one of those very special times when I'm actually going to get Barney to sing a certain song. Barney, you here? Oh, yes, I am. Oh, I think that's very appropriate. Don't you? Yes? Okay. Okay. Now, I am going to sing this, and there'll be a little bit of a delay, but it's okay. I'm just going to go sing it all the way through. Fortunately, I won't be able to hear you and hear the delay. So stick with me and everybody sing along, okay? All right? Okay. Okay, I know you know this song. All right? Hey, Emmy, you might want to get out your tissues. Okay, this is for you, Emmy. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Love you, Emmy. Here's another hug. Here we go. Oh, thank you so much. You're just the best. You are. You are the best. We love you lots, Emmy. We thank you so much for all you've done for us. We really do. Yes, we really, really do. Because you've made it much easier for me to do this live stream, and I definitely appreciate you for that. So, gotta run, everybody. Thank you so much. Big hugs and kisses to Emmy and to all of you, and to all of you I say good night, and keep using your imagination. See you soon. Bye.